Well, welcome to another gameplay video. Already in the midst of playing Road Rash 2 for the Sega Genesis. In first place. There we go, get him out of the way. Peon number 1. PE number 1, I don't know what that means. And there we are, finished with the first race here. Classic game for the Sega Genesis. Playing this with the EverDrive. And I do own this game in cartridge form, of course. Let's go on to the next course here, or race. And I have gotten up to the point where you can buy a new bike, and did so. Starting off, I think this is in Africa. You actually have the tribal music here. And have done a couple of parts, a couple of videos showing me playing this game. I think up until that point where you get to the color of your opponent's outfits and bikes change at that point. And the red bike is no longer sufficient for the opponent's speed and skill. I mean, you can squeak by and get like 4th or 5th place at that point with the red bike, but you're not going to get any worth it. You're going to end up getting money subtracted from you. I would like to see Electronic Arts put out a modern version of this game, and I did mention that in my previous playthroughs, previous videos on this game. So I'm going to have more time to film videos. All January is pretty much over at this point. It is February 1st as of me making this video. So I'll have the weekends back, more free time. That really didn't show. You guys really didn't notice that because I had plenty of videos already filmed and ready for upload. I kind of had a sporadic upload schedule during that time. I was uploading 2 to 3 videos a week at that time when I could upload those videos. Get away from this cop here. Great scrolling background, so you have the clouds and there's an ocean up ahead here and an island and trees. I got busted probably. He's waiting too. Is he really waiting? Really? Yep, he's waiting to... Oh wow. He just waits for me? Alright, pass you. So we're back in 4th place. But anyways, like I was saying, it'd be neat for Electronic Arts to make a modern version of this game. I don't think it's like they don't realize, you know, a gem of a game that they made back then. I'm sure this game sold pretty well, but they have since moved on and, you know, taken on new franchises, bought other IPs. I think they're deep in the, or maybe Activision does Call of Duty or one of those first, you know, AAA first-person shooters. They're deep in the, you know, midst of making those, and now they look at whatever's profitable. They're just going to continue. They're not going to kind of look back on their legacy of games and, you know, make a modern version of those. Alright, 2nd place, that's good enough. I always enjoy the cutscenes here, it's pretty cool. I do have Road Rash 2 and 3 for the Sega Genesis. I don't own Road Rash Excuse me. And I was considering buying it at one point, but now that I have the EverDrive, what's the point of buying any more games for this particular system, including the other systems that I have EverDrives for? Now, I did buy another retro game. I've had it on my list for 2-3 years now, probably a little bit more. Finally took the plunge and went ahead and bought it. It was cheap enough. I mean, it wasn't like dirt cheap, but it was at a price that I was comfortable with. Excuse me. So we're gonna move on up. Pissed off PE number 1. Alright. It's like a copy of a rock song here, kind of imitation of it. You're out here in the sticks in the farm, cedar trees, and I will be showing more Sega Genesis games for sure. Some that I haven't played, some that I've seen on YouTube that I nearly missed that, hitting that car. But I mean, you can't go wrong with it. If you're into racing games, something fast-paced and challenging, I mean, there's plenty of road obstacles here on the road, bears and deer and mud and other crud on the road surface here. It's funny how there's people, rooting for you on the side of the highway here, the 2-lane highway. Yeah, I always come back to this game if I want something, a racing game that's fast-paced and good and challenging, all at the same time. And something with a little bit of violence. You gotta have that, I mean, it just did. What was it? Road Rash Jailbreak or Road Rash 3D on the PlayStation. Those games don't even compare to this. They're interesting, and I did have Road Rash. I think it was Road Rash 3D on the PlayStation there for a while. I rented it back in the day and bought it and had it for probably 4 years, and finally said, you know what, the controls on this are just not that good, and that was really the only game's downfall. I liked it for what it was, but didn't play it enough and just sold it. You can kind of tell when the race is coming to the end when you can see people rooting on the side of the highway for you. It's kind of an indication as to what's about to happen. You're probably about to finish the race. I mean, how did they find out about the race? This is like, I thought this was supposed to be, an illegal race. And you can't kill the other players in this game. You can severely cripple them and disable them, knock them off the screen for a while. And I've never played the Road Rash game on the, I think it's on the Saturn. There's also one on the 3DO. One has music from Soundgarden. I think it was Rusty Cage or one of those songs from their album, early 90s album. I forget the name right now. So we're back in first. It's easy to get in first place when you're early on in the game. I haven't really been deep into this game yet. Tried to get there, and usually it got pretty late, or I'd get bored of the game. I don't think I've shown any footage of Road Rash 1 or Road Rash on the Genesis on the channel. So player A has qualified on 3 of 5 tracks. So once you qualify, then you can, I think, upgrade your motorcycle. In Road Rash 3, you can upgrade your motorcycle, the parts on it. I usually just opt to upgrade the parts. Let's see, are we on that race? No, we're on the desert. And the soundtrack is okay on here. We're gonna have to go to another part here in about 6 seconds. But yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe.